Former head of state Yakubu Gowon has urged Nigerians to be patient with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and give him time to resolve the various issues in the country. Speaking to State House correspondents after meeting with President Tinubu in Aso Rock Villa yesterday, Wednesday, Gowon said it is too early for the president to achieve absolute results just after 8 months. Gowon, who said he told Tinubu not to worry about the criticism, also noted that the government is doing its best to resolve various problems in the country. This advice from the former head of state is coming at a day when the naira fell to its all-time low to 1,800 naira against the dollar, as the power market is also coming at a time when Nigerians are going through one of the most, if not the most, difficult time in their lives, with the economic hardship hitting hard, with the rise of food, goods and services affecting the very fabric of the nation. With inflation at 29.9% in January and expected to peak to over 34% in February, Nigeria are losing patience with this administration in its renewed hope agenda. But the big question or the big story for today, is it really time this administration needs? Does it not look as if it seems to be clueless in handling the present economic crisis? And did they not say they understood the problem and are prepared in addressing them before being elected? Well, this question and more, as it concerns the economy of Africa's most populous black nation, is what this edition of the big story is all about. And we're talking about the state of the nation addressing the huge challenges. That's what we're having at the major today on the big story. We're talking about the state of the economy addressing the issues that seems to be pushing it to the edge. But anyway, he's not going to push it to the edge, but give us a total insight into what this administration needs to do. And I'm talking about our own very guest joining us in the studio right now. And I'm talking of no other person but the social critic and someone that is really being totally affected and feels badly about the situation, Chief Sonny Onosuke.
Thank you, Gobade, for having me, and I'm glad to be here because of the tense situation in the country, especially when it talks about food consumption.
Tense, you are not, yes, tense, you are not wrong, because indeed, we've heard the NLC in the papers this morning seems not to even be taking the DSS with no issue of seriousness, and are really concerned and are planning to still embark on the strike or protest come 27 and 28. But let's leave that. I want us to first start our discussion by looking at the statements coming from former head of state Yakubu Gowon, and he said, I'll just go straight to him and quote what he said. He said, I think Nigerians have to give President Tinubu to get things really done. It is too early to say we need an absolute result. Will be more like insisting for something that is not going to happen. So I want to ask, is it a thing of time that is needed from this administration, or do you feel that this administration seems to be clueless in addressing issues? Because, for example, the CBN has done a lot to see how to stabilize the naira, but in all honesty, that seems not to be working. And not just only that, Vice President Kashim Shettima took a swipe at the opposition and fingered them for the ongoing hardship, leaving many to ask where are the preparedness they have for the job at hand. So my question, is it a matter of time, in your own view, that we need to give Mr. President to deal with this issue? Or do you feel this problem seems to have overweight this very administration? They were not really, they really didn't know the issues before they came on board, and that's now, we're now getting a result of it.
Let me tell you something. I'm not even concerned about the food shortages. I do appreciate the former head of state, military head of state, about telling Nigerians to give Tinubu more time. We don't need more time.
So it's not a matter of time? This
is not a matter of time. Tinubu is about crushing in by April towards May. It's going to be 1 year.
12 months.
You said we should give him more time. I quite agree that the outcome of all these, things that are coming up, food shortages, hunger in the land, the people are getting queried and all stuff like that. Like there's a popular saying in the United States, in America, if you're familiar, they'll tell you something. A well-fed man is more productive than anything you think of. If a citizen is well-fed, then the country is going to grow. Because if you are well-fed, automatically you will be contributing to the GDP of the country. If you're a professor that is well-fed, we are taken care of, your research programs will intensify. That's it. But we don't need time. Not quite too long ago, somebody just left your studio now, and he said, I made to understand that Tinubu gave the 36 governors, get it so clear, 30 billion naira each.
Yes.
To cushion, I'm correct?
Yes.
To cushion the effects of the current, what is happening. And I want to ask the federal government by making a there's a statement the federal government they keep just hammering upon. And Ndime, Senator Ndime, even last time at Charles, he was saying something of that nature that, palliative, I'm disappointed, inclusive of PDP, APC governors, Labour Party governors, and the legislators. I'm absolutely disappointed. I was thinking these are people who support the what we are talking about. Did you give the governors 30 billion naira to give palliative? How long were you giving these people palliative? Why don't you teach them how to?
Does even the palliative get to the people?
That's the question. I'm not really interested. But it's an aberration for a government
still to be thinking
and giving a continuous palliative to the governors to give us handouts to the citizens. We don't need palliative. Nigeria doesn't need palliative. Nigeria doesn't need support from PDP or APC government or governors. We don't need anything, crumbs from the governors. We don't need it from Tinubu. I was thinking Tinubu instructed the governors, I'm giving you 30 billion naira. Form a cluster of farms. Get some tractors. Let me use an example in Delta State. We've got vast land here in the northern part of the state. Even in the south, there's no way, central and south. What we are saying is this: if you want to cushion the Fed, if government goes into massive production of cassava, for instance, let me use my state as a case study. If you plunge in 15 billion naira into massive cassava farming, but I want to tell you something. In another 9 months to 10 months, if we plunge in 10 billion to do farming,
and it goes directly into
it goes directly like direct labor from school to land program of late one River State governor way back, without your killing something of stuff, If you do that, give us 9 months. We'll be managing the pains. We definitely going to don't come and give us palliative. We don't need palliative of any government, whether PDP or APC. We don't need nothing like palliative. What we need that is to teach the people on how to do the fishing. Tell them, open plot, get some tractors, do free plotting, get some seedling, get the cassava town. And what I'm saying.
That's okay. I'll come to solutions because you are really keen in giving solutions.
Yes, that's what
I'll love, but I want us to progress in our discussion. So we seem to carry everybody along. Let's know what the problem is. Now you've said it's not a matter of time.
No, it's not a matter of time.
But doing the right thing.
Start it up.
Doing the right thing
is the right thing and the right time.
Now, I want us to first look at the present situation. Let's not cry more than the bereaved.
I'm one of the bereaved.
Okay, well,
I am.
Yeah.
You don't say that.
So let's look at the present situation, because the federal government came out just some couple of weeks to say we are not hungry people. That's what they said. They said there's enough food in the land.
You don't want me to talk.
You go. I'll let you talk.
Go ahead.
They said there's enough food in the land to feed Nigerians. So, but I want to ask, let's presently look at the situation of things. Do you feel that they are just being economical with the truth? I'm not just even talking about food itself, but also the cost of living. Building materials for many now is a no-no, starting with cement. So let's look, how really bad is the situation of things? Or do you feel, just like the government said, the media is overhyping it? I want us to really set the standard in our discussion and carry the people along. Do you feel things are really that bad? Or like the government said, well, it's just overhyping of the situation of things by the media? And
is it the media that is speculating that and the good market too much, you say, got out 2,500? That's not the media. Who said it's hype or vibe, if you want to use that?
And they feel the opposition is overdoing it.
The question, let me follow your question. I want to segment your questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Your question. First and foremost.
For you to give a clear answer.
Yeah, first and foremost, why would Tinubu and the governors come out and say we have enough foods?
But that's what they said.
They just saying, where is the federal government farm? Like gives the federal government the impetus
to
say we have enough food in our silos. No, who said so? Who are the farmers that the federal government is subsidizing that makes the federal government think that we have enough food in our silos? How many programs, I'm from the Riverland area right here now, how many trolleys did any state government in this country bought for its citizens to go on aquatic culture, to go on fishery? Then how many solar panel co-rooms the state government or the federal government bought ahead? So when you get the fish from the river, you go first straight to the process. They don't have. And Tinubu and his cronies, the Nanugas, they are so bold to say we've got a lot of reserves. Can anybody tell me before the public, say, where is the federal government and silos that you have wheat? Let me give you one simple example. You didn't give me subsidy to do my farm. You didn't tell somebody who is into stock farming to do his chicken. You did not tell anybody, take this 200 million to run your farm that you have control over.
Yeah. That the government has
control over. You don't have that.
So
when you coming up to just project, propose, forecast, and telling the public that we have enough food to feed Nigerians. Point of correction, even as advanced as China, as strict as China, you don't tell a Chinese how to market his product.
No.
You don't tell him. No. You don't dictate to him. So the federal government and the state government shouldn't be saying we have enough food in our silos that will go around. We don't have.
So we are hungry.
The problem is that we deviated from where we're supposed to. I thought when the subsidy came, we are going to a year now. I thought when this subsidy came, and I was so glad the subsidy came, Tinubu has the political will to do that. It could be a collective decision of APC government to do this. And I was glad when they did it. And I thought this is the 9th month. This is the 10th month, if I should say that, or 9th month.
9th.
Tinubu, you remove subsidy. Tinubu have not been able to tell Nigerians this is a refinery a little bit. It's a taboo, it's a forbidden fruit. Dancing naked. You dancing naked in the village of the 9th son. Telling Nigerians that existing refineries, a year is still going. You are still telling us how you drill your oil, you take them to Portugal. Right. And telling Nigeria the landing cost. Yes, you put up subsidy from the common man, then you subsidize the political class. You put up subsidy from Nigerians, and you're telling Nigerians, for legislators to be buying a Prado of 160 million naira. And yet you're telling Nigerians to be quiet, that you put subsidy to subsidize the elites. You pull up subsidy.
Do you feel that's the case at the moment?
Listen, just let's get this straight. You pull in subsidies and you're approving a budget of 197 billion for 400 Nigerians as NANS members. You pull up subsidy for the common man. When they started the subsidy, they said, I'm going to give money to states to buy massive buses, mass transit. We are the buses.
Gas.
We are the gas buses. And you cry to Nigeria, the cost of food is high. When somebody who lives for rich on Nisha at the rate of 2,500, now paying 7,000 naira. And then you tell the Nigerians you are doing what? I'm including the governors and the presidency in this issue. Is it a crime for state governors to own their own farms?
No.
Is it a crime for governors to go on private policy to bring Chinese investors in different various industries? In my place, there's a place they call Front Uge. They have one of the largest clay sand in the world. It's right there. I mean, the public space. What is wrong to call the Chinese?
So they can take you up.
Take care of the clay and start producing clay, cooling system, asbestos, roofing sheets. Industries. You see what is happening to Nigerians? Those contestants or those who were elected think they are more intelligent than those that voted them. And when you talk to them, they gallivate to their siren-driven Prados and Ilos. And you think the Nigeria don't know what is happening. Point of correction, no revolution, we're not a go revolution. Nobody's going to think about that. We're not going to do it. But I want to tell you something. The leadership will dissolve within themselves. They will disappear from these policies until they call the people. Come together. What do we do? As I'm not talking, even some government...
Do you feel they are seeing the hardship?
That is what I told you.
Yeah. Do you feel they are seeing it?
You just said it all and you answered my question. That was what I told you. You put up subsidy and you subsidize it, the political class. So how would they see the poverty in the ground? How would the governor know how his fuel is being consumed on our station entourage? And I was sitting somewhere not quite long. I was in one of the western states, and I saw a governor moving with 23 Prado.
For one governor?
For one governor.
23 Prado?
Yeah, going for a commission of a project. You know the cost of filling a Prado Jeep? You know what it means to fill a Prado Jeep? And apparently the rate of 70,000 to 80,000 at a time is, 21 Prado, minus the ILOS, and minus permanent secretaries, and minus some, because these people followed him as some chief of staff like that.
Yeah.
We say we can't get our
out of the state school.
Yeah, state school and stuff like that. And they are coming to, you will come and make a broadcast to the people who sees you with those entourage of power, putting stone with power, trying to intimidate the people with power. Is that leadership? Is that leadership? I've seen a governor, I don't want to mention his name, who goes with a Prado and a spare Prado and 3 ILOs with an ambulance.
Only?
Yeah. Let me give you this shocking information. If a governor that uses almost 20 vehicles every day for project inspection, for conferences, that's the cost of fuel operation and station allowances alone for 21 vehicles. We feed 0.5% of a local government daily.
Just on maintenance?
Just on
cost
maintenance,
of
yes. So the problem we are saying here, do not say Tinubu was not aware, didn't put up measures before they put up a subsidy. The issue is not subsidy yet. Now everybody just sit down somewhere. You sit down somewhere and you sell our crude oil with $1. And we are asking, where are the dollars? The CBN gave the dollar to some banks. I want to prove this to you that we got almost $7 billion in the kitties of the bank. Not using them to do legitimate importation transactions. If you go to the bank, they say, I ain't got no dollars. But if you go to under the tree at Amusa Quarter, if you go to under the tree by Bogodogo Market, you will get the dollars. What is the source of these people getting these dollars? We should ask ourselves.
We'll be asking you more of that question. I'll plead with you to hold on. We need to go on a break now. And when we come back, we'll continue our discussion as we look at the present state of the economy and find better means in addressing them. Does this government really have what it takes to do so? Are they clueless about what seems to be going on? Or do you feel the problem is just so much? Or, just like the vice president said, it looks as if the opposition are the ones brewing the heat. Please. It looks as if the opposition is the one brewing the heat. All of that will definitely come up more as we talk about this on the big story for today.